Shadow Legends between.
Wouldn't I mean if we had recorded the first half of our conversation about AFK Arena, your like earnest like approval for it would have been a great ad.
Well, to be honest, they're all they also make ads with Raid Shadow Legends, and that's what I was referring to.
What AFK Arena and Raid Shadow Legends like combined together there?
Yeah, basically it's like it's a guy playing AFK Arena, and he's the fucking orc from Raid Shadow Legends. Like, baby, what are you doing up at night? Some
Sorry,
of the
I'm just processing that. Uh,
no, the problem is I'm fully serious. That's the full commercial, and I laughed my ass off.
this bodes well for all the thinking you might have to do this session.
Oh yeah, this is a thinking session.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well,
Rip Joe's brain. So
uh,
to get things started, Joe, after flying on your hippo electric. Oh, hold on. How do you pronounce this thing again? After flying on your horse cock, because God, that's just going to be the thing that everyone's going to call it. Um, you're flying on your mount. Scarecrow behind you as you jet over the jungle brush, and as I'm sure you've had to land a few times to get there. Nothing terribly eventful. You know, just you're sleeping and the snakes are trying to get into your armor. So, that kind of fun stuff. Just nothing that's really worth glossing. We're just glossing over it. But as you approach the tower one day, a couple of days into the flight,
yeah, I don't really care.
yeah, my brain's gonna be completely jetted up. I called yesterday. I called cucumber zucchini. I called pudding yogurt. So I've got some sort of disease with my think box right now. Uh,
Good. There's two of us now.
Yay! People are
The
gonna be
perfect
watching the
match.
third session, going, "What are these two idiots talking about?"
The great thing is the kind of session this is.
Hmm?
The great thing is the kind of session this is.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear that very well. Um, yeah, agreed. So as you're flying towards the tower being kind of jetting above the brush of the jungle, appearing to be made out of a simple stone. You and your Hippolectrion begin like as you begin closing nearer to it. You can give me a. I mean, I'll let you decide what you want to do, but regardless of what's happening with that, what you do, I mean, what you see and what's going to be happening, brain bad, is lasers, pew pew. From the canopy of the jungle, there's like chains and like beams of light flying towards you. So, how would you like to not have those things touch you?
Well, it's basically invasive maneuvers. I I will do a ride check.
All right,
It's one of the best skills I have, to be honest.
all right.
Right.
You partially succeed if you want to describe something before I interrupt you and go.
So basically, I start steering the Hippolectrion, but he still doesn't completely respond to my orders. So we're always a bit late at the response. And since he doesn't like using barding, I currently don't have anything that, unless I actually physically move his wings, I don't have any way to actually steer him.
If only you had said that, because I would. Again, I'm fine with you saying stuff like that, Joe. Um. So yeah, I would say I guess you try to grab onto the rings, but it's just fighting you enough that you get hit by something, and you begin to descend into the canopy against the your monster's idea of staying afloat in the air. So as your face is getting like that one little slit in your armor plate where you can see out of is getting filled with foliage and tree branches, and you're trying to close your eyes hard enough so as to not go permanently blind. How would you like to, not completely get shit on by the jungle?
Um, I take out my knife. No, I literally take out a knife and
So you're tumbling down the canopy and you reach for your knife. I'm
yeah,
just making.
basically I'm going to try and use it to descend slower.
Okay, yeah.
That and that and my shield to basically not impact my body with the friction.
What shape is your shield again?
Oh, it's a kite shield.
Okay. So you're like pointy end first.
Yeah, pointy end for the shield thing, David, is more using the top part to stop. The rest is so I don't impact with the tree directly.
Okay. Um, are you saying you're just strong enough to use a kite shield with one hand and a knife with the other? Because in my mind, I would think like you would use grip both sides of the kite shield to do this. You know, like it's a big hunk of metal, but I mean, you are supernaturally strong for a human.
That is true. Then I probably use the knife with two hands to
Okay.
stop me from falling. Because
I'm
using
I'm
using
surprised that you went from the kite shield does require two hands. Let's go for the dinky metal thing instead of the giant shield.
I
No,
mean
I mean I agree with you. You're gonna probably make this out either way because you're good at physical checks. Go
I mean
ahead, Joe.
the real problem with doing this with a kite shield, David, is even if I try to do the kite shield will just bend upwards.
Isn't it
Like that.
enchanted?
No,
Oh yeah, okay, I see.
I don't have anything enchanted.
I thought you enchanted your shield, so I was thinking the thing wouldn't break. It's magic at that point.
So
All
it's
right.
oh what?
I would say you could do a strength check, or you could try and justify anything else. You're just trying to lower your traction. Like I wouldn't say it's an acrobatics check, because that's like actually moving your body in a way to like not get completely whacked by everything.
Mm-hmm. Good thing it's not an acrobatics check.
Said the man in full plate.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not in full plate currently.
I guess that's just flying everywhere in the jungle. We'll get that later. That's not
No,
great. So, um, we begin
it's
the
it.
session with Joe taking some potentially lethal damage.
It
Not
is
lethal,
not.
lethal, but it's not a good starting place for you.
Most people would die.
Oh no,
Let's
yeah,
say that.
totally most people would die, but you just took like 32 damage, Joe. That's nothing to scoff at.
It is not. Oh, so okay. So I'm at
So
27 HP.
more than half your health went away just now. So
Yep.
as you try to like find a traction for the knife and you roll really low, so it's just you can't really get a good threshold in there. In fact, the knife is probably stuck up there now as you couldn't hold your grip, and you just kept going through the trees and the bog, and you kind of like awaken a couple of seconds later, all like like all confused. I was gonna say contorted, but you're really not that messed up. Um, your horse is in similarly horrifying shape. If you, I could to describe it, I guess I would say its wings are not in the same position they were before, and your scarecrow is a piece of splinters.
Yeah, because he was on my back. And I look like fuck.
So the jungle is a nice dense rainforest kind of deal. So nothing you need to be scared about, right? Like,
I'll slowly move to I'll slowly move to my mount. See how it is.
uh,
Feed it to yeah.
it's on its side. It's cawing and like a low like screeching like pain kind of thing. Its wings are definitely not working anymore.
Yeah, I will try to just apply a cure light wounds potion.
And surprisingly, that works pretty well. As the thing is feeling better now, enough to at least stand up. So
Okay, Let me just delete that from my sheet.
This is
Okay.
this is a real hero. The guy sees his pet is like hurt, and he's like, "Here, have my magic vial of liquid." I mean, then again, I guess you're really not all that messed up. You are a tough man.
I mean, I prefer to get in emergencies, but if it's really if it really feels bad, I can just leave it on the ground.
Your horse's wing still appears to be broken, which it's not happy about, but at least it's not like screaming in pain or anything. I mean, I guess you're not really touching it, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So it's got a broken wing that it kind of like hisses at about, how it's hard to describe the many sounds that a rooster makes because it's not terribly plentiful. Uh,
Well, for now, for my safety, a place I don't know, I'm not going to put the full plate because that might be little bit too heavy in a jungle.
if you got into quicksand, for sure, I'd agree with you.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear, to be honest. It's like quicksand in full plate. Oh no!
The horse does keep trying to, scratch in the direction that it was flying towards. Great compass that thing has in its head.
Since I'm also completely lost, I will listen to my mount.
I
Uh,
mean, audibly, it's nothing terribly interesting unless you like the cacophony of like horse rooster sounds. But yeah, you begin following the thing. Um,
yeah. I will start using the totem spear to chop off like parts that block our way.
God, that
Since
thing
it's
just
also
does it all.
yeah, slashing, piercing, thrown, skewer, fucking giant anime meat needs to be said.
And I just waiting for Joe to be like the Biclops you were just talking about, but no. Um,
Like throw in one eye, gets out the other.
Now, despite thinking that you might run into some like natural troubles of the jungle, a short jaunt in, what you see is a metal dome, and as you kind of like cut away from the brush that's hiding it, you kind of hear like a small like mechanical clicking noise coming from it.
I knock.
Oh boy! Um, Hearing the semi-hollow thuds, the echoing from inside, the clicking begins more rapidly, and then it stops, and you see a small hole. It's about the size of your fist as it rotates down from the top towards you.
Okay. I look to see if anything comes up.
A small beam of light, like it's like a light at the end of the tunnel right now, as it quickly becomes apparent that this is dangerous.
I dodge the light.
All right, give me a reflex save, Mister. I'm gonna stare down the hole.
I don't know what it is.
It's understandable.
I said there's just two spellcasters like fucking about.
Just two spellcasters fucking about. Yeah. Oh, Joe.
Let's not talk about my reflex.
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's not talk about anything except my fortitude, please.
This could go so much better, couldn't it?
I have 4 HP.
So as you begin to try to like move out of the way as it becomes apparent, you take the most of the brunt of some sort of like fiery death beam as it burns like a charcoal streak across the jungle from where you came. Your horse is smart enough to not keep standing still, and it begins running deeper into the jungle from the direction it came from. But you, who is standing next to this thing, you may want to do more than just run in a general direction, knowing that. I mean, you clearly saw it move, so you know it can follow you.
Hmm. As I like get some distance from it to like get some cover, I will try to throw um a javelin into the hole.
Honestly, that might actually be a fantastic idea. Go ahead, Joe.
Actually, give me a second. Uh, so this will take 12 seconds. So tell me how good I can dodge the beams. Because I'm going to try and use True Strike before that. Because I can't be missing this one.
Um, what you said you were hiding behind stuff. What are you thinking of here?
I mean, I just got through a bunch of foliage, so I imagine around there's even more foliage. I
Oh
don't
no,
imagine this was,
oh no,
yeah,
it's
this
a
was
jungle
hidden.
for sure. I agree with you. So
Yeah,
you're
so
like
basically,
just you're hiding in foliage. Um,
my,
as
my
the
plan.
as the thing's clicking, like trying to follow your path. You
Mhm.
could try and give me a stealth check if you'd like.
Stealth. I'm not in full plates. It's not the full minus stealth. So it's only roll one. Wait, that's one too many L's.
Oh my
D20.
god, Joe! You would not believe the perception I just rolled for it preemptively.
5.
I rolled a nat one, so yeah.
Me. So I managed to guess through strike without getting my ass blasted up.
That's not even me like lying, like that's convenient for his low health thing. Like, look at that. That's let me move the DM screen so you can see this. This is sad. It's just further proof that some things are of great skill, some things are of great luck with Joe. Uh,
Man, you know what they say. It's better being lucky than good.
all right, Knight Errant, you've cast True Strike, and as you begin to, I mean, go ahead, describe what you're doing.
And I shall throw the javelin into the hole.
Yeah, throw the javelin
So
into the hole.
basically, as what I do is I roll into the foliage, and then the thing points right where my head is. I'm straight in the ground, like completely sit still because I just tripped,
Oh,
I guess.
oh no, I'm actually fine with that. Like, it fires the beam, but it aimed way too high because you were on the ground.
Yeah, basically, what I'm saying is I tripped. Like I actually got lucky.
Oh, yeah, that's fair because of the net one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and so I managed to like roll, get up again, and then a flicker of my cape makes my aim true, and I just send the javelin in. And I roll to hit the javelin.
I was just gonna
Okay,
do
plus
that
7.
for you because with your bonuses, for sure. Yeah, I can't believe you rolled worse than my like. Yeah, you probably hit it. Roll. I was just rolling to see if you rolled a 20 or something. We
I
are
mean,
not rolling too hot tonight, are we, Joe?
nothing above a 5. No, 6. Nothing above a 6.
Are you including the fact that there are d6s here, or oh, I guess your first check was a 6. Let's see. You've rolled a 6, a 5, a 4, and then a 5, and then a 4.
I rolled a 6 too in my stealth.
Uh,
It
oh,
just I got
it's
a
a
minus
minus
1.
1. You're right. I'm sorry. Didn't even realize that. God dang, this is not good. Very good for you, is it? Um,
That's why. That's why I true strike, dude.
you can give me damage by the way, because there's a chance you can do even more here.
So that is roll. I forgot to do the thing.
It's a javelin. It's
Yeah. Uh, nice.
okay. Yeah, that does more.
No, what I said I forgot is it might have not hit if I did it. That's why I don't have a thing. But because of elephant in the room, I do have the option to get the -2 to get +4 to damage.
Well, I'll remember that in the future. Eh?
Oh, actually, that's 13 if it matters any.
Sure. So as you begin to like move further on, you hear like this javelin. It's lodged inside of it. You kind of hear like the clogs of the clicking stop as it tries to like. There's the roaring of the machine trying to move, and then as you're moving further on, you see a fire the beam to like clear the javelin out of it, but the damage is done. You've done something on its innards that it can no longer turn.
I just sigh in relief.
Just the
And
nameless knights being like, "How much experience is that?"
I drink a potion.
I think you should, Mister.
Ah!
I
Uh, okay, 5 potions left.
think you should maybe lower that number some more.
I probably should.
How much health are you walking around with right now?
Uh, what?
Some hot rolls tonight. You want to wrap this up? We'll come back next week and you start rolling for health. So it'll be good.
Come on, David. I almost in 2 digits.
That's true. You did roll that 12 damage. That was pretty nice.
No, what I mean, I have 9 HP.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how you were lucky because you got that 6 out of 6 there. Let's see. That's better. That's
Okay,
better. You're rolling more than average now, at least.
okay. I need to save my potion. I don't have that many.
Okay, but what's better to have health now and live, or to just get potions later? I like that my this or that thing just basically said drink the potions regardless.
I mean, you're right. No, no.
Do you feel safer now?
I mean,
What's your what's your
roulette
what's your health pool like here?
compare 25.
25. I mean that's certainly better than the 9 you had before.
Certainly better than the 4 I had that before that.
Well, yeah, but then you drank a potion.
Yeah. You know it's not as good as the 58 I started 20 minutes ago.
Hey man, falling from the sky into a vicious jungle will do that. All
Well,
right, so
so it can't turn. But don't tempt the thing, so I'll avoid at all costs getting in front of the fucking hole.
from the direction that your horse ran, it's basically like I assume looking in the other direction at this point because of your combat rolls.
Hmm.
So, what do you want to do?
I just, I literally start knocking on it because you said it seemed hollow, right?
Semi hollow. When you knocked on it, it made like thuds, like you could hear echoes from within, meaning it's not a solid object. You have engineering
I,
training, don't you?
hmm?
You have engineering training. You know how these things work.
Oh, I do have engineering.
Don't worry. I look at your sheet. I know what's happening.
Let's roll. I'm not opposed to fucking puncture holes in this thing to learn how it works. Odd ass rolls. You know
Well,
what I like, David? I'm one thing consistent. I still haven't rolled above 6,
I mean,
including.
an 11 would still like give you the idea of how like cog-based machinery works. Although your version of it, with it, of your knowledge, tells you more of how like man-made cog machines work. How people like the pivots of like slaves walking in circles around these machines that power greater things, and how soldiers would like grab something and rotate it rapidly to like change the degree of how the catapult like hangs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the
Uh,
idea that this thing is doing it autonomously is fucking crazy.
I start looking. Like, I try to rein in my mount, and then I'll start looking around this
That thing walked
inquisitively.
off like 8 rounds ago.
Well, I.
You saw the direction it ran, remember?
Yeah, I'm going to try and find it before anything else.
Okay. Um,
Possible pattern.
I was gonna say, surprisingly, you're not faster than a horse, despite its injuries. So,
I mean, it
Sometime,
injured its wing.
yeah. Sometime later, did you want to do anything as you navigate through the jungle to try to ensure that less bad things happen to you?
Probably mark my way back to the fucking sphere because
Hmm.
I imagine one thing, David. Everything that lives in this forest is fucking terrified of the sphere. If I deactivated it, I
That's
think I could have a night's sleep close
that's
to
a
it.
super valid point, dude.
That's the safe spot. Now that that thing stopped,
Um, so what are you marking your path with?
uh, cuts in the trees.
Okay. Um, Sometime later, I assume you're kind of doing like a nice jogging pace. So you're like your full 30 feet of movement. All right.
Mm-hmm. Wait, does medium armor let me do that?
Oh, probably 20 feet then, since you have a 30 feet base speed.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke that an armored jacket weighs me that much.
I mean, have you ever worn an armor jacket? That shit's heavy.
No, no, I understand it's
But
heavy,
that being
but
said,
for
my movement speed was never 30 to begin with. I'm built like the dwarves. Like it's like 100 pounds, whatever. I'm just gonna keep walking.
you're one large dwarf.
That makes me the king of dwarves.
It certainly does not.
I'm a
I've
dwarf.
seen your
I'm a dwarf of gigantism.
no, yeah, I've seen your face. You don't have a beard to be a dwarf.
I have a beard. I just cut it off.
Yeah, same with me. Just cut it off less often.
I'm just saying. Every time you see an image, a picture of me, it's like the day after I cut my beard.
Ah, fair enough.
I don't. That's what
To
I'm
be
saying.
fair,
I feel like I've got really defenses going. I'm like, hold on, how did this happen? Because I have this giant like Scottish beard. Otherwise, um, my genetics are screwed up. I know. Anyways, you you make it to the foothold of the tower where your horse is very angrily like kind of trying to claw at it, but you know how horses are. They like to have four limbs on the ground.
yeah, I'm just like, yes, of course, the horses that do not have claws.
I'm just saying, man, your Hippoleucocentria, your Hippolectrion, does not appreciate balancing on 3 feet.
No, that's completely fair. I'm just thinking, that's just over the counter medicine. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, let me just change.
Hippolysandria.
Let me change the dude's name to like Viagra, the Great and Powerful.
Oh boy.
I've been studying ways to remove all pain. You may call me Tylenol.
Oh, if this is how you're going to name your clerics, this is going to become a problem.
Clerics. It's anyways.
Okay, so I see it clawing at the tower. I'm probably going to stop it from doing that.
The thing kind of caws at you like annoyingly in the fact that it's like, oh, you're here, whatever.
I just sigh and then sigh a relief that that the mount's not dead or eaten by something else now that it can't fly. And so I just look. So what does the tower look like?
It's a I want to say it's a what's that? One of them towers on the side of they have a name. I totally used. Oh, I was so ready to say this, but we took forever to get to this session. Uh,
Watchtower?
no, they had like it doesn't matter. I'll just describe it as. It seems like a single wide like it's just a tower. Like it just goes up fairly high. It breaks the canopy, and from what you saw before that, it hangs over the canopy by a good couple of floors. So your guess is it's about 30 square feet um, of space per floor, and it just has lots of floors. You know what it's like? It's like those shitty Minecraft towers I built.
Oh, yeah. No, I understand. Like that's what's mostly what I was imagining.
Yeah.
Because
How it's
that's the
blocked.
door.
It's round though. I'll tell you that.
Well,
If you find a corner in there, it's extra dimensional. So,
I cast detect magic.
um, what an odd time to now cast detect magic. I guess the door actually does have minor magic on it.
Okay, I will knock on the door.
Not that much of a different result than clawing at the door, but as you detect magic on it, you see a faint abjuration.
If only you knew what that means.
You just go, ha ha, pretty color.
No, he understands. I imagine my character understands the basic of the schools of magic.
Yeah, you probably hung out with. I mean, I guess you probably didn't hang out with the party wizard from when they were using you as a thing. But I mean,
Hmm.
you heard them at least.
Yeah, it's like necromancy, undead death things, abjuration, protection things.
No, you don't sense abjuration. You're like, I sense the school of wall is here.
The school of walls, huh? And the school of Mister Steal Your Spells,
Oh yeah,
because that is
abjuration
a
does do that, doesn't it?
yeah. It's fucking weird. What we do, we protect, and we fucking steal.
We protect others by taking it from you, Adoy. Right? So you're out
Sorry,
there watching your very disgruntled horse rooster thing.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck at the point that abjuration both represents guards and thieves.
Take a shot every time I refer to the Pillow Electrontia as a thing. The Hippolectrion is what I gotta keep calling it.
Hmm? I'm not going to give it a name for obvious reasons, Dave.
Just take a shot every time I don't call it the correct name.
Don't, you'll die of alcohol poisoning.
It is also not the correct name, by the way. Um,
But it sounds cool, so I'm fine with it.
yeah, I'm just we're watching you stand outside the door here.
I will for today. I will try and rein in the Electron to that place to try and have a bit of rest, since neither it nor I are feeling our best right now. Like I'm trying to coax it with food there and
I
stuff of the sort.
Oh, okay. Yeah, food is fine. That's better than my idea of you just putting a rope around its neck and dragging it against its will. It's just you're just like 2D planing it over towards the dome.
Mm,
So yeah,
I
you
basically show it that it's not shooting anymore, and so it approaches with me.
I mean it would try and go back towards the tower, but yeah, you can stop that easy enough since you
I'll,
got
I'll just I'll
go on.
just try to like put my two hands, like put a hand over its beak and one hand like on its neck, not in aggressive manner, and I'll just say tomorrow. That's the only thing sorry. The one of the few things I've learned from people how to deal with animals is to say things with intent, and they'll understand that more than the words.
All right, man, give me your handle animal.
Let's fucking
With all these
go.
bad rolls, you're bound to get a good one. Yeah, I mean, good enough.
Our current cap is 11 now.
Normally, it would keep trying to be annoyed with you, but you do have food and stuff at the camp, so you set up camp and go to sleep for the most part. Occasionally, you might lose your shit as the beam just fires into the jungle, but it's not turning. So long as you stay out of those like 7 degrees of bacon, there, you're fine. Um,
It's good protection service. I imagine every time it shoots David, it just hits a fly way in the distance.
yeah, I'm just imagining that just some tigers walking through the jungle. That beam just fires, and the thing just like, oh, jeez. Just how scared a random animal would be if you just had a random flamethrower go off. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's not even a flamethrower; it's a flame bullet. And they're like, what the fuck? No, thank you. I'm.
I suppose give me a perception check as this is happening in the midst of the night. And oh
Good
yeah,
joke.
I know, man. You fucking give me your sleeping perception.
So it's a minus what?
10.
Okay. So there we go. Oh, the new cap is 14, but that's in 5.
Hey, man, it's all right because my wizard here doesn't have stealth train and I just rolled a 4. So,
Rolling shit. It's so great.
um, and you know, he has bonuses because he actually has like dexterity as a good wizard should. But also, he's walking through a jungle, so you solve that one for me, mister. So, as you're kind of like sleeping on your side, how do you sleep?
Uh,
Because you've
well,
always described yourself as sleeping in beds. Like, you're just sleeping on the dirt floor, or you have like a sleeping bag somewhere.
do have a sleeping bag. I have a normal fighter kit,
Okay, I just
so I
imagine
do.
you're in a sleeping bag like how Finn is in a sleeping bag all the time.
Yeah, I just like how I basically place my things, David, is well. I have my full plate completely in a separate bag. I have like I have my jacket right on my side. Then I have basically my weaponry prepared for me to grab at night.
Okay, that's useful considering I assume as you hear a noise like a tree branch cracking as like a figure standing over you, and you've released a Finn scream.
Mhm.
What do you do?
So it's right in front of me.
Well, it's like it's standing over you.
Sweep the leg,
Aren't you in a sleeping bag?
and
Are you saying like you break your leg out of the sleeping bag, or is this like warm fighting style?
I'm really tempted just to. Yes, this is the style of my ancestors. To be honest, I'm probably not in the sleeping bag, David. Jungles are hot all the time.
That's fair. Yeah, okay. You were just using it as like a bedding.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So swoop the leg, Joe.
So yeah, trip is a forceful maneuver. So plus 11, 50.
Yeah, that hits his AC. His 5-footed.
Yeah, so he
Mage
falls.
armor still works, so yeah.
I mean, yeah, he just falls, and I stand up,
Oh,
and I just
sorry,
have
you
Wario.
were doing a CMD. My bad. That's
Yeah,
that definitely hits.
he's flat-footed CMD.
Yeah, that's 10. Um,
Yeah, I just basically sweep the leg, like stand up, pick up my spear, just pointing like, "Who are you? What do you want?"
all right. The robed figure who is putting their hands up in a defensive like hey man, it's cool, that kind of hand gesture.
Hmm?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, just making sure I can do that. Um, the thing you love to hear in the middle of me describing things.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, as the person's holding their hand up, going, "It's cool, it's cool." Like, they're going to go. I was just checking on my machine here because I saw that it was broken, and
Oh,
hey,
I'll start lowering the spear and like, my apologies, but I broke the machine.
he starts lowering his hands as if they were a weapon.
It's it was an accident, but since it tried to kill me, I I don't think I fully broke it, but I at least stuck a javelin in there.
The I mean, yeah, the person. I should. I really want to describe him better, but I'm waiting until you can actually get a good view. So it's just killing me to be like the person. Um,
And Stupid human.
Yeah. The humanoid in their stupid robe and hat uh, begins to stand up, and assuming you can have like light a torch or something, since it
Yeah, I
is.
have. I have a lantern actually.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you have a lantern. Yeah. As he's getting up, you like hook that thing up. Then
Mm-hmm.
great out. So yeah, you see a person standing in like a purplish black robe, like it's a shimmery black. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or
I
maybe just
understand.
a really dark purple, whatever you want to view it as. Let me get the hexadecimal code so we can find it out together on fucking paint.net. But yeah, as
Uh,
the person standing before you, he just seems like a meek, slender looking human. A bit of like a short, brown, scuffy beard kind of thing, like Shaggy, I guess, is one way to describe it. You know what I mean? And he's wearing circle rimmed glasses.
as I'm looking at him, I'm like, why do you have this machine to attack anything that approaches?
And yeah, as he's brushing the dirt from you tripping him on his ass there off of him, he'll go, I really had no intention of shooting people here. It's just kind of looks around while motioning at the jungle.
I'm like, I'm only here because, and I just tap, like, I tap it very lightly with two of my fingers on the back of my fingers, and I'm like, I'm only here because this shot me out of the sky. As I just nod towards the mount.
Yeah. The the mount is not around.
As I look where it is, I just sigh. Is like, did you perchance think that you? Uh, so I'll assume you live in the tower, correct?
And
Seeing as
the young wizard will go. Yes, I do live at the tower. I suppose you could say it's not like my main residence, if you're asking that, but I have spent the past let's see, 15 years, I guess, researching out here.
did you at exiting the tower perchance saw what would be a combination of a rooster and a horse?
And he'll turn to you if an eyebrow raise going. Have you seen one?
I'm in the middle of domesticating one, and I look at the machine again. That is how I am currently here. I was flying in it, and I was shot down by the machine.
And like a person who totally exhibits perfect social skills, they'll start walking, like turning away from you, just walking towards the tower, going interesting, like ignoring your presence now.
Can you at least tell me what that thing is?
Um, yeah, as he kind of turns his the side of his face towards you as he stops moving, scratching the scruff of his beard, he's gonna say, "Well, it's not a naturally occurring creature, if that's what you're asking. It's a hybrid that. Mm, you know how owlbears were made?"
Magic, I'll assume.
He goes, "That's a good assumption," as he points a finger towards you. He goes, "It's very similar. Just some wizard was trying to make something. So that's probably why this creature you're trying to domesticate is drawn to me, because I'm a wizard."
So it has a vengeance on you, or something of the sort.
He mutters to himself, like, "Oh, geez, I hope not."
I mean, I think about it. Well, I'm in the middle of its training, but to be honest, it's not very docile. So if you see it, please tell me. It's kind of my way out, unless I have to walk miles in this jungle.
Do you do you want to roll for making him feel bad?
I mean, yes, because he absolutely should feel bad.
Go ahead.
Just an explorer, David, just walking around and suddenly, what's that? Loses his head.
Hey, you weren't walking around in my jungle now, were you?
When he's there's
He,
there's the good rolls.
yeah, there's the good roll. So,
Guilt tripping.
so yeah,
I'm proficient in it.
yeah, as the wizard's just like, did you need a ride or did you want to come? I think I got a message scroll if you need to call someone. I guess. The
I
wizard's
just
just like, am I supposed to invite him in? What's the protocol here?
I I would I would feel very obliged if you could help me heal my mounts for me to maybe get out of here. But that is mostly it. I Yeah, I truly just wish maybe to also you seem like someone with much worldly knowledge. So purely if you could get me away, either give me time for the mount to heal naturally or find a way to heal it and share some of your knowledge with me. I not mean spells or anything of the sort. I just mean knowledge about certain things I've seen in my travels that I'm curious about. I would be very obliged.
All right. And as you're kind of making this like great like this declaration of like friendship towards him, and he's still kind of deep in thought, barely looking in your direction. Like he turns to you with like a smile on his face. He's like, "Well, I would be happy to spread knowledge." Where and then he just shoots like flaming rays at behind you, like in your direction, right past you. I don't know how you want to react to that. I'm sure you eventually turn to look at what he was firing at.
It's like that freeze frame where I'm still for a second and then only my head looks back to see what it is.
There's a like a broken, exploded scarecrow behind you.
Oh,
This is the wizard's going. Jesus, what was that?
don't I forgot to say he's not bad anymore,
Because he's
but
dead.
I am haunted.
Did I kill it?
No. Gods no.
Oh, all right.
I
So
I as we go to him, I'll explain the circumstance of the scarecrow. Like as I move towards the tower with him, I'll explain to him the circumstance with the scarecrow.
what is? I'm willing to hear the condensed version. If you just got like a quick story.
I'll explain to him that after I separated with old traveling companions, I arrived at the village, and every time an outsider entered the village, someone would die. So I decided to take the matters into my own hands and investigate it, and discovered that something was haunting the fields. And so every time you kill a scarecrow, more scarecrows will appear, and they will only move when they're not in your field of field of vision, or by anyone's field of vision for that matter.
He's like constantly
Uh,
looking around him now.
and the thing is, I beat it. To be honest, I beat it by being a bit bullheaded. I just destroyed scarecrows for about 8 hours straight until morning came. It gave up the next day,
He's
and but
your wizard friend, whose name you still don't know, goes, "Dude, I don't think haunts work like that."
Uh, it's either very bored. It was either very bored of it then, or just decided to follow me around for some reason.
He goes, "There's probably a fascinating study behind that, but that's not really my." He's like squinting. He's just like,
Field of
maybe you
expertise.
should talk to a cleric about this.
Once I find one, to be honest, the last two towns I had didn't have any clerics. Mostly plagued by had priests, but not clerics.
He's right, and he'll produce a key from his cloak, and he'll put it into the door that you couldn't open with clawing and knocking, and he walks on in. And the first floor seems cozy enough. It's got like a fireplace, um,
As
which
we're
is
getting in, I look around for Deep Electrion.
the Hippolyctrion is not inside of the tower already. Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking if it's like
Oh,
outside
outside.
sleeping or something of the sort.
Not that you immediately see. I mean, you could give me a
Okay.
perception, I guess, but it's a you're fucking with an animal here in the jungle.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Um. So yeah, as you yeah, nice perception. As you,
Oh,
as you walk in, maybe I should give you my stammering details are accurate to your five perception. You can't even see the inside of the house very well. But no, you see a fireplace, despite there not being a chimney on the exterior of the tower. It's got like a little log fire going on in it, and it's just got like a nice little cup. It's got one rocking chair, like a carpeting, and it just seems like the section of a house. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And he goes, you'll be fine down here. I'm going to." And he starts walking up the spiraling staircase, and he goes, "I'm gonna go check on some things. Make yourself at home." As he just skedaddles away from you. So
I just thank him.
you are unsupervised in a very small room. I mean, 30 square feet is actually quite a lot, but let's be real, it just looks like a house down here.
Hmm. Well, I guess I'll look around at the odds and ends, not touching anything yet. Just like observing, like taking it all in.
Yeah, it's. I mean, what's really strange here is, despite other than like the walls of the tower and the spiraling staircase that begins on one end and just eats up a bit of space, it just appears to be the inside of a house. Really, it's got like a little bathroom that you find, a culinary nook, the little fireplace and chair area,
Well,
and
to be
a
fair,
hmm?
I wasn't expecting for him to get me to his office.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
and the other fixment is a section of the staircase that from the other, like the end of the staircase that starts going up, there's an end of the staircase that starts going down, like below it. So you've got this kind
Mhm.
of up area like that, and then there's a down area that interjects in it, and then the half a tower of like no staircase with a door here and all the little rooms. So like it's very strange. Like there's nothing stopping you from going up the stairs other than potentially being caught by him, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, what I would probably be doing as he's doing that, I'm probably like I take out. I'm just taking care of like my spears.
Just
Like I'm
polishing them.
no, yeah, polishing, sharpening, like just gear maintenance. Really, now that I'm in a more safe place where I can do it. Probably even like go towards the door, David. Open the door like without closing it and just like clean my boots out.
You open the door and the Hippolyctrion is standing outside.
Huh. I pet it.
Clean the boots, close the door. It's still outside.
I pet it.
Um, it pecks you.
Yeah, I assumed. I'm like, stop doing that.
Just small wounds opening up on your neck, like, oh, they're love pecks.
I'm like, I just scream. I just scream to in the towers like, so how should I call you? What should I call you?
There's not really a response.
I am literally just with the like door open, just looking at like friends like you can't enter without permission, so I'll have to wait.
Sorry, could you try explaining that again?
I just turn to the Electrion
Ah,
and I'm like, you can't enter without permission, so you'll have to wait.
I mean, it will begin a contest of strength by just walking in.
I'll try to stop it.
However you want to decide how to stop it, I'll contest you. That being said, you are dealing with a four-legged creature, so mostly an inconvenience for you here.
Yeah, I'll start by I could do such dumb shit just like I just pick up his two front front legs and just push him back.
That would be a feat of strength for sure.
I mean, might as well try.
All right, man.
Yay, yeah.
Damn. Finally, the time for Joe to be like, I am the victor. All right, let me see. Where is it? CMB. I gave it. Well, it's you're not tripping it, are you?
No, I you just said uh strength contest, so I just
Oh,
rolled
you
pure
just took a
strength.
straight strength. Okay, that's different. Because looking at CMD, it does have a +4 versus trip because it's got legs. Um.
No, I'm not tripping it. I'm literally just pushing him back.
All right, yeah, then yeah, I'm mostly fucked here. So, oh, never mind. Joe, you
No.
Joe, you have to understand. You're not allowed to win.
As it basically tramples over me, I'm like in the ground and I'm like, whatever your name is, you wanted to see an Electrion, right?
Um, are you actually addressing it as a Hippolectron?
Oh, sorry, I don't. He hasn't told me yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, you gave me the information, it's still in the name. I'll literally just say you wanted to see the thing, right?
He didn't answer the first time. By the way, viewers at home, Joe rolled a 19, and his like it's pretty much got the same strength as Joe. Pretty much, shut up, Joe. And I rolled a 20.
Yeah,
So
I
yes,
mean,
never allowed to
God
win,
give,
Joe.
God giveth, Godeth taketh away.
Uh, the Hippolectrion is being a super cool party guest by just like tearing at the breakable things with its jagged beak.
I'll try to very much grapple him.
Yeah, we can just say you do that because fucking what's the chances of it winning twice?
Yeah,
It's
I,
CMD.
I'm,
This is its
I'm,
CMB by the way for any time it tries to get free.
well, I do have. How much would this be? So I do have a bigger bonus in it because of my feet.
Yeah, its CMD is 22 by the way. Just I'm not
Okay.
saying we actually roll or anything because this is like I mean, other than the fact that you just rolled an at one and everything, it was just to get the idea of like how the averaging would go. That it would break free and break some stuff, and you grapple it again, that kind of stuff. But
I'll
potentially you
probably,
just don't do that either.
yeah, I'll probably take some of the barding that I have and like start putting the part where it is to stop it from moving.
Okay, this is breaking stuff that will get the wizard's attention as he starts coming downstairs. He's like, I know I said make yourself at home, but what the hell are you? And he just drops like whatever strange little steel pipe he had in his hand. He goes doing, and the thing looks at him, and he
He,
looks at it.
I opened the door to take off the mud of the boots. He was outside. He pushed me in.
The Hippolectrion. I want to say I don't want to say like it flies at it, like it's an attempt to fly at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm literally just grappling.
Uh, yeah. So not a great look for you, Joe. Yeah. Did you want to try and grapple it as it tries to charge the wizard?
Yes.
There we go. That's a hell of a grapple, Joe.
Yeah. Finally, like as I see it's going towards the wizard, I flip from under it and it starts to like fly with like try to fly over it with this earth wing, David.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going from like below him, but not in a position where he could easily hit me with the hooves. I'm going to like lower his wings and pull him like back down to the ground.
Oh, yeah. That's like that would hurt it even. So that, jeez. I mean, like
I mean,
I know you got
not
to do it because otherwise you can't just have animals randomly attack people.
yeah. I'm also not just like putting my hand in his face because that would just be worse.
Yeah, it's great that it
Like
has a beak in front of it, doesn't it?
yeah, like that's just bad for everyone involved.
So yeah, man. The your bird friend here.
And I'm like, calm down. I
Yeah,
I basically
I guess the
come.
best way I can describe it. I'm just trying to think of a good way to describe how like making you whinge. Um, is that through the kind of I don't want to also make it sound like you're being incredibly mean to the bird either, but the light twisting that you give its wing kind of like causes it to like screech out in pain and it'll flump down on its legs because I mean that hurt.
Hmm.
So it's in a decidedly like chances are when it gets back up, it's going to charge at you rather than him. We should say. So
Hmm.
the wizard's walking down the stairs towards you, and he goes, "Oh, I never really thought I would see this." And he glances at you. um,
I am wrangling this thing, and I'm about to give it another healing potion. 'Cause fuck. Uh, I I give it another healing potion, David, and I'm literally in the same movement, just putting one hand. No, I was already wearing the armor jacket, so I'm probably just like with one hand in the shield in case it charges at me next.
did you?
Like,
I mean, you have rope. Did you just want to like tie it up?
no.
Okay, so you're just preparing for its next action then.
Yeah, I specifically do not try to bind it in any way.
Oh, that's nice of you. Yeah.
I
Um,
mean, to be honest, after being captured, that's the last thing I want to do to this creature.
that's fair. So the wizard will decidedly stand behind you as the thing ultimately does begin trying to attack you and everything, but we can just have your character putting the shield well up in front of your face and holding it back as the wizard debates with you the logistics of, it existing. As he goes, it's terribly strange that a hybrid creature like that would, and he kind of glosses his eyes around and he just goes back to saying, yeah, very weird.
Okay, help me with this a bit. Does it have a name?
He pretends. He goes, well, I shall go fetch a book and see what such a creature's name would be. And he keeps moving his eyes around. And he'll go upstairs, and later he'll come back and he'll say, I believe it's called a Hippolectrion. As if he was just waiting to say that, you know what I mean?
Hmm. It's like good. At least I know what its species is called now. If for what you describe, if you can even call it that.
He goes, they're really failed results of people trying to create their own Pegasus. If you'd like,
Hmm.
I can dismantle it for you.
No, thank you.
He goes, I mean, it's look at it. It's practically mindless. He goes,
Sincerely.
he goes, that's fine. Just keep it outside, will you?
I mean, I will, but to be fair, defend like as it's probably tired from fighting wrestling with me all this time, and I look at the wizard. To be fair, I think rage is a probably a very normal sentiment for it to have. I just don't know how long it's been like this, so separating it might just do even worse.
He's kind of looks at you with like a 1,000 yard stare, and he goes, "Yes, separating it."
I just uh, I like will visibly sigh, and I will try to basically like get it to sleep outside,
I mean,
and
eventually
I
you'll
will,
be able to succeed at that. So go on.
yeah, I'll sleep outside too.
Oh wow.
Didn't like how he talked about my pet.
chose chose a good boy. Um,
Like, it's like it's like separation. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I also don't want my bird to be within your sight.
so
That
you
yeah.
finish getting some rest, just hanging out outside of the guy's tower. What do you want to do? As I mean, it's still got a broken wing that's not gonna fix itself, and I mean, what other fun goods?
Yeah, in the morning, I literally knock on the tower again.
The person knowing your presence is there now will open the door eventually, and he'll go, "Ah, yes, my friend. I didn't actually catch your name."
Oh, um, I do not have one.
He looks at you a bit perplexed, and he'll go, "Uh, could you elaborate on that?"
Would you believe me if I told you I'm a human made completely of magic?
He raises an eyebrow slightly, and he goes, well, "I've heard of stranger things. I mean, there is a Electrion outside."
Like, I'll think of it, and I'm like, would you, for the information of how I came into existence, be able to get me something to heal its wing?
And he'll shake his head a bit, and he goes, "I'm sorry, what were you asking? I was thinking about you being made of magic."
I asked, I will tell you how I came into existence if you can give me something or help me heal its wing.
He goes, "I'll I'll look around for something, but we might just have to make a splint."
That'll probably do too.
All right, so you cut to well, when he tries to do his heal check, the thing will try and like kill him, so he'll fall on his ass and like crawl away, and like as he begins to like threateningly try and cast magic at it, I'm sure you'll be like, "No." Just to
Yeah.
summarize those events. So,
Basically, I'm telling him to explain to me how you splint the wing, and I'll start doing it myself.
uh, part of the instructions, just like giving you like highlights here. Part of the instructions goes, and then force the wing back into place while using the two planks of wood. And as you do that, the horse thing just immediately tries to kill you because that hurt it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I'll.
And then after, as it's trying to like bite and claw you, he goes, "Ah, you should watch out for the fact that it might take that as an aggressive action." Oh,
I already assumed. I already took 5 damage. David.
yeah. So, um, yeah, you splint the thing. It's really upset at the wizard's presence. But you are stronger than it for the most part. So, yeah,
Mhm. I after I splint it, and the thing is just mad there. I'll just basically trying to caress it so it doesn't just absolutely kill the wizard. I
I immediately
just
go to you being like soft kitty, fuzzy kitty.
basically, yeah. I just start speaking. So I did promise you, I'd tell you. I
He's just standing there behind like a wall of wind. He's like, yeah, go on.
Have you ever heard of the deck of many things? And I
Yeah,
wait for any kind of reaction.
yeah. As he's continuing, just kind of being silent there for a moment, he'll go, I believe I've heard of it. Yes.
Well, I am the knight card. Now it's glory. I am the knight card. So I am a being fully formed of magic with no past other than just being summoned by a single purpose.
And
Serve a master.
you kind of just see like a little like eyebrow twitch and like the tongue rolling inside of his cheek, and he'll go, "That's very interesting. So you would say that you're like an artifact."
I think it depends what you think of an artifact. I mean, if anything, I'd call myself an after effect.
And he goes, "Well, while it's true that you don't appear to be magical," as he's like looking you up and down, he will like continue going on about how it if what you're saying is true, you potentially have enough magic to well do quite a lot with. Have you considered learning magic to try and channel some of that inside of you? Do you have the
I've,
sense motive skill at any point, Joe?
I have it on train.
Oh no! All right, let's just keep going on with the big murder vibes he's constantly emanating.
I'm like, no, I've never thought I could do magic.
He goes, "Well, if you're made of it, what's stopping you from casting it?"
That's the problem. I don't know what will happen if I cast magic.
He just kind of stares at you a bit more, and he goes, "You think that if you cast magic, you'll fade away?"
That is the fear.
He kind of like swallows his spit, and he he keeps giving off the murder vibes. He goes, "Have you?" He's twisting his neck a bit. He'll go, "No, that's no good. That's no good at all." And as he keeps giving off these, again, I don't know. I really just want to keep calling them murder vibes, but as he's acting like a completely rational human being and someone you'd like to spend your free time hanging out with, um, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Uh, as he's, I see the meme you just posted. Father, I crave violence. Um, yeah,
I sorry, that's all I remembered when you're like, yes, murdery vibes towards you. I'm like, yes, I see.
yeah. It's the eyes he's giving you. It's like he's looking at you like he's looking at you like you're a delicious cheesecake and he hasn't eaten in 2 days. You know what I mean, Joe? Like he's like, So as he's really just assaulting you with his vision, um, he goes, "Well, we could. You know, I don't think I've ever properly introduced myself to you."
Okay. What is your name?
He goes, "Folks call me Atticus, the engineer. I have quite a few machines I have made that work well with magic things. In fact, as I was thinking about it, I have a machine that measures the magical aptitude for people. It's not terribly popular though, because most people who have enough magical aptitude can just cast spells without it. But I figured we could find all the young sorcerers out there to prevent problems and dangers, but I've never really had an opportunity to learn to use it. Why don't you step inside and we'll try it out?" This is when Joe's just going, "Yeah, trained." You can do whatever you want, Joe, if you don't think this is him being honest.
Sense motive and train. Cheeky Ricky. That's not enough.
That's enough. Um, you might have sense motive untrained, and that might equal a 10 despite how good those numbers are. But I have bluff untrained, and I rolled less than 10. So, surprise, surprise, the person who just lived without human contact for 15 years is not good at lying. Who would have guessed? Um, his whole mood is just not very safe, Joe.
I will have to decline. Yeah, that's the only thing I say.
He goes, "Would you at least
And
like
I
to?"
keep heading.
You just keep heading away.
No, as like no, I literally just petting the like I'm not moving away from him.
Oh, okay.
Like him physically, David, he hasn't shown anything that I should be. Like I understand casters are stronger in a different sense, but he hasn't shown me any power that would make me fear for my life except the machines.
Yeah.
And currently they aren't here.
And as he's kind of like going mad of like his looks and everything, he goes, "Are you sure? I feel like I have to insist at this point. The practical applications would be." And then there's a rustling to the side as something like seems to jump out. And he goes, "Ha!" And he fires more magic missiles at it as if another scarecrow is destroyed. He goes, "Oh, jeez, I just remembered when that happened that I never fixed the cannon. I thought an animal got over here. I just, wow. Where were we?"
Well, you're trying to with very untoward motivation trying to invite me inside.
Untoward motivation. What? No. I just want my new friend. He stares at you. What? What was your name again?
Still don't have one.
Right. Yeah, you're one of those. Um,
We've spoke about this 5 minutes ago.
we know my name, right?
Atticus.
Okay. Just seems rather rude that I would tell you my name and that you wouldn't give me one.
I don't have one.
You say that, but surely whoever drew you must have named you.
No. They asked me to carry the stuff for them. And then to distract a couple tens of undeads. And then they used me as dragon bait. And then as demon bait. Yeah, that was about it.
He goes, "Well, at least they were practical."
Not very good at people, are you?
He goes, See, that's what I'm talking about. That's just so uncalled for. They never taught you manners, did they?
Nope, it didn't teach me much.
You would think that a magic artifact level card would have come with some. But let's talk. Stop talking about your upbringing. Let's talk about what we can do about your upbringing. And he keeps nodding you to go back into the tower.
I very much don't enter.
You're just standing out there. He goes. So the wizard goes. So what do you plan on doing then? If you're not going to at least humor me, do you just plan on living outside of here forever?
Forever, no. God, no. I'm
And
waiting for the wound to heal.
he'll go. Well, if I'm not mistaken, it's just going to try and attack me again. You, I don't think you're going to be able to tame it, and clearly it wants to stay here and do whatever with me for whatever reason. He keeps darting his eyes around.
Well, I'll take it away from here then.
He goes, I've. I'm not really sure how strong you are exactly. I mean, you've demonstrated a few reasonably impressive things, but I don't think you're going to be able to wrestle a horse all the way through a jungle, no matter how good you might actually be. But you know what would help? If I taught you some magic to help you with that. Come on, in and out. 5 minutes.
You understand that that makes it sound worse, correct?
He goes, makes it sound worse. No. Does it?
It does. Just especially in something so complex as magic. Saying that you'll teach someone in 5 minutes. It's
My,
very much just telling me you want to murder me.
I don't want to murder you. I'm just really eager to try out this machine that has seen such little use in the practical field.
Does the machine really only test aptitude?
Whoops, I meant to roll that. He says yes.
Just the furious rolling after this.
About as assuringly as you would ever be able to tell. Wow, this is sad when there's just someone that can barely lie and Joe's just staring at him like, alright, checks out, checks out.
Well, David, this is going to be an interesting session.
I mean, even if you believe him, you can still just not do it considering the vibes he gives off.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, while I don't appreciate what he's trying to do, I'm also not going to kill him. But I have a pet that's going to try to kill him, and as soon as he keeps doing that, he'll probably try to kill it. So I'm weighing my choices really.
He's he's given you an intelligent observation of your problem in the least charismatic way as I could try and put it. Because again, like I've described to you 4 times now, he's not had outside civilization touch in 15 years. He is not good at this. Maybe he's not even lying. Maybe he's just socially inept.
I understand that. I'm mostly like trying to weigh my choices because for weirder that he is and for the problem he has caused, he does not seem like a truly bad person. So I don't want to hurt him. But it is true that my pet wants to kill him and it wants to kill it if it continues to do this shit. So I'm weighing if I should appease him so I can stay here long enough for the thing to heal and then try to convince it to fly away, or if I should like test my luck with either just bombing outside of this guy's tower or literally just try and trek through the jungle with the Hippolectrion with the broken wing.
I mean, eventually you'll have a scarecrow to help you as soon as the wizard starts exploding it.
No, I understand that too, David, but let us check the things that the skeleton can actually do, please.
Skeleton.
Sorry, skeleton. I thought skeleton because of another thing I watched. Actually, I thought skeleton because of your fucking. Because today morning I watched a bit of more of episode 5 from Carnegion,
Oh yeah.
and in on what's their name? Oh, the Arch Wizard.
Oh, the Magistrix.
Yeah, Magistrix, fucking skeleton boy
Yeah,
in front of.
those aren't that intelligent, by the way. Your scarecrow
I
has more
know.
personality than those things.
No, I understand. They don't have intelligence. You told in session. But that's why I was confused.
It's all good.
Mm. Yeah, but yeah, the Scarecrow for what he has shown to be able to do is he can kind of make a sounds to warn me about things, and he follows me, and he is great driftwood to make fire with.
Well, other than the terrible applications of them, I was thinking the whole time one fun application would be if you have someone unconscious and you need to make a stretcher, you can give him the back end of it so that you're not looking at him and he'll hop around carrying the other half with you. That's what I mean. Like there are you can. I'm waiting to see you do some clever things with him because all you have to do is not look at him and he's basically a person.
I mean, I understand. It's more that
Oh no,
like I just.
there's no opportunities right now. You've had him for like one session.
Hmm.
I'm just saying
I
I'm looking forward to all the clever uses you can use him with. Right now he's him surviving a jungle isn't super cool in his part.
Yeah, I'm mostly just thinking like one day if I have to take off a heist, he'll be one of the people. And I'm like, how am I doing this? I don't know.
Code name the Scarecrow. It's just moving every time, and then whenever the camera feeds on it, it's just a scarecrow. It just becomes Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh my god!
Yeah.
But we're getting off track. What are you doing?
Uh, I'll I'll tell. Okay, I'm going to try to negotiate with him.
Okay,
I will participate in your little experiments with a couple conditions.
okay. He's smiling and nodding his head.
First, just enough to feed me and my mount. Second, no harm should come to me, my mount, and please stop trying to destroy the scarecrow if you can. I understand he might spook you. It took me a while to get used to it.
He agrees. I really just want to see you roll higher than that so I can describe how poorly this is. Yeah,
Aha!
yeah. So as he agrees to these conditions, you're just like, "What's your arm doing behind your back?" He goes, "What?" And you move your arm back in front and agree again. He's just like, "Oh, okay." And he moves his arm back in front. And he goes, "I agree." And then he knocks on the side of his castle twice. You're like, "No, you just did something again. Stop that."
So it seems the conditions are not to your liking.
It's realistically, it's just the tone, like the vindictiveness that comes out. He's like, "Oh, I'll agree to that," and you're just like, "Could you do that less evilly?"
I'm like, you're not helping your case at all.
So yeah, as he agrees, you just get the hint that he's lying.
I really don't want to have to kill
He would like you to not kill him either.
him. No, I fully understand that you would like not to die, David.
Oh.
Like, I just- I'm just saying, like, as I'm negotiating this with him, like, this is just purely a quandary for me because I have two sides I have two sides in my head currently fighting David. One side is what the interesting play would be. That would be go inside. The other side is me playing the straight man, being like, no, don't do it. That's stupid.
Just at the end, your character's just screaming, "Ah, cool." Um. So, what's your play, Joe?
Oh, I'm really indecisive.
He technically
I
agreed by saying yes. You just don't think he's honest about it.
I mean, yeah, that's the problem is I think he'll just probably fucking kill me if he does that. Um
Also, the only thing that's not having the hippogrificock attacking him right now is the fact that you're constantly stroking its head.
that
I'm
is true.
I'm also partially just waiting for you to say I walk forward so I can just be like the chicken attacks him because
I'm just to be fair, David, one of the things I'm thinking just like on the back of my head is just like I mean, he is a wizard. How many hit points could he have?
yeah,
No, but
if part of this session feels slow to you people, it's because I had no idea that Joe would opt to go. I'm gonna sleep outside, so I couldn't bait him with fucking anything.
I mean, I found a safe place to sleep.
I
It's just that
guess.
it's the wizard found me.
I mean, I'm not opposed to the nothing ultimately happening thing. It's just you'd have to solve your hippo essentially, because it does want to attack him.
Yeah, the fully problem is I don't understand truly. Like, I have an idea, like I have a theory why it wants to kill the wizard,
Yeah.
but I don't know why it wants to kill the wizard.
Did you want to end the session with you continuing like bumming outside of his wizard tower, and we'll continue this next time?
No,
All right,
the
then.
session it hasn't even been 2 hours since the session started.
It's been an hour and a half, but yeah, go on.
I Yeah, I will say, like, as I start like letting go and see that this thing is about to attack him, I'll say you should get inside your tower. I'm going to try and get him to leave with me. Very tempting offer, but I don't think neither of us could fulfill the agreement. This is the nicest way, David. I can tell him to fuck off.
Yeah, I suppose so. So he'll continue being a little weirdo as he just performs what most people would do in like the sanctity of their bedroom by themselves. Just him, you know, like tongue rolling around his lips, just you know, as he's scratching his chin, and then he scratches the top of his head with the other hand, and he just goes around scratching. He's just trying to like he's thinking in just a very public way, and he'll go, "All right," and he'll go inside of his tower.
I will try and get Deep Electrion to move with me to like I do have the map that the villagers gave me, right?
Yeah,
So,
which I remind you, the Wizard Tower is on the map. It's been there that long. I mean, that being
mhm,
said, he did say 15 years, so it makes sense.
yep. So, using the wizard tower as a reference, which would be the side to faster get out of this jungle.
For reference,
Okay.
here's about the jungle, and there's the Wizard Tower.
Fuck.
Yeah.
For the viewers, it's right in the middle. Well, I won't go diagonally then.
Yeah, we learned the theory of Pythagoras. Damn, Pythagoras is gonna get mad at me. Um,
Damn, not him. All that clout.
yeah.
Uh,
So what's the idea, dude?
well, it's not really an idea. It's just an exercise of physical strength and pure fucking will.
Maybe I'll finally get to see you use the scarecrow for something. So let's just do a general roll here, and we'll just do this, Joe, and I'll tell you how far of a distance you get this thing forced against its will away from the tower. Okay?
15 feet. This is what am I rolling here?
I Whatever you want to make it. I assume you're probably just gonna. I assume the best you're gonna get with his strength because I don't think you're gonna be like repositioning combat maneuvers is gonna get you very far at all, considering how long it would take you to do that.
I'm trying to do handle animal.
Okay, that's different. Go on then. That's just the DC that I have the thing set at, which is 22.
Oh boy.
I know it never listens to you.
No.
Uh, you doing anything to I mean, I don't think you have the rations to like tempt it to go a full jungle's length away.
I do not.
So yeah,
Bugs it is.
are we doing like primal now? You've changed from Samurai Jack to fucking Spear.
Talking about still Samurai Jack. Are you telling me he doesn't need bugs in that show?
No, in the primal, they get the dinosaur to move where it doesn't want to by laying out bugs for it to eat.
Sorry, I never saw that one.
Okay, well, it's a bit of a spoiler, I guess. It was from the new season or new batch of episodes, whatever you want to call that. But also, it wasn't
No.
like it's not a big terrible plot point or anything. I just assumed you would have seen it. But yeah, I mean, either way, you're taking inspiration from Gendy Tarkovsky. Um,
Yeah, I mean I have a decent survival.
all right, man. So yeah, let's get survival yourself for some grub.
Uh, 18.
Yeah, you get some food, which is really impressive considering you're still probably within the circle from where those cannons are.
Hmm. I basically am just trying to motivate it to leave and just and I'll ask the scarecrow if it seems like it's trying to resist me.
That's the perfect
Well,
time to have the scarecrow back. And I'll ask the scarecrow, and you turn, and it's there, and you're like, "Hey,
I just ask him while I am looking forward and trying to pull uh and trying to pull the Electrion if he can like put himself that so he can't back down.
you mean like just hang behind the bird at all times?"
Yeah, I'm basically having him make a barrier.
Okay, yeah, man.
I mean,
I'm just gonna tell you, man. Like, if the thing, it does not make much of a barrier considering like the size of your thing there. You know,
I understand it's
I'm just saying you're putting a
literally.
lot of hope into like a fucking pile of sticks and a watermelon and a fucking horse.
I'm sorry. The only thing I really want to say is like, I mean, you literally enslaved an entire village for years. You can fucking push one of these. Come
Uh,
on now.
I want to say that was different because whenever it moved, it made like bodies, doubles. It's
Yeah,
clearly different, you know. But yeah,
yeah. I mean, I also don't say that. I'm literally
yeah,
just
I know.
trying to move.
I'm mostly just passing time to so I don't have to say. Your scarecrow quickly rejoins the land of the dead. You'll see it again sooner or later. And just what a barricade that fucking piece of wood was. Um,
You tried, David. That's the most important.
so
Yeah.
you drag your Hippolectrion I want to say a couple dozen feet by the end of the day. Um,
Hey, look at it, like, like, come on, man.
yeah, I'm also chuckling because like I think you guys kind of have the same stamina and everything. Like your stats are very close to each other.
Special intelligence. There's just
Yeah. um.
I mean, my 2014. Come on,
No, I know
don't say that.
you've got almost twice its intelligence. Um.
Uh, I,
I know if it was smarter, it
I'm,
would learn common. Am I right? Oh.
I mean, probably can understand common.
Anyway. Um.
I'm literally just like looking at this thing and I'm like, give up. He's not worth it.
Just
It's
imagine
trouble
the
for both
scare.
of us.
I'm just imagining like the camera angle of the horse of just the scarecrow just hopping up to you and then becoming still as you look to the side. Like, hey, scarecrow.
Yeah. Well, I do see the flaw in the thing is I don't name anything.
How are you gonna name something when you yourself don't have a name? That's just not fair. All right.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's been his motto. This is becoming like now that Atticus has given me a name, David, that has broken the streak. But until then, we were that weird ass anime with the fucking hero
Did Atticus give
and
you a name?
yeah, he said Atticus, the
No,
engineer.
that's his name. Oh, you mean him naming himself, as in he gave you his name.
Yeah, because this was like that anime where it's just the Demon King and the hero are fucking dating and no one has names. It's Demon King, fucking Knight, Hero, Dragon Princess,
Oh,
Maid One.
you mean the animes about like RPGs? Because there's like the
No,
characters
no,
are just named like
this
Maid and King and stuff.
yeah, but in this specific anime, no character had actually a name.
Is this the economics one?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oof.
Yeah, no one there had a name. It's just literally veteran mercenary shit like that.
God damn, I look forward to the day that one day my name will change from David to Veteran David. Never going to war, mind you, just the fact that I get old enough that other Davids must refer to me as Prime.
David Prime.
So, yeah, man, you don't get that far in the forest before you are just plumb tired again, you know?
Yeah, I
Which let's
contemplate.
let's be real, a couple of hours of trying to wrangle a horse in a direction that it doesn't want to go, anyone would be tired. Let's be real.
I slowly contemplate letting the Electron kill him, but then think better of it.
Also, how far is it going to get when it requires a door to go through?
Well, it's only a door, and I know how to get it open.
By all means, Joe, whatever you want to do.
I mean, I'm just split because, to be honest, this isn't very interesting to show on a stream, but it is
Oh
what is
no,
happening.
it's not interesting per se, but someone who's gonna like go back to this and appreciate the fact that your character just we've just basically like role played a 2 hour session of Samurai Jack pushes a horse because that's what's happened. There's no two ways about it.
And let me see. Do I, for some godforsaken reason, have a magic item hidden somewhere that would help me?
If that's your like elbow to me to give you to something, I'm not following.
No, it's not that. I'm literally trying to see if I have something that I didn't notice.
I mean, you are surrounded by jungle wood, and while this would take time, like if you are staunch on not wanting to engage with a weird wizard man, because you don't want to kill him because it's you. I don't know. I was gonna say you don't kill humans or something, but you totally did last session. So,
Oh,
hey,
I don't care about killing people. It's mostly the fact that while he does seem shady as fuck, he
you
actually just and that's the thing. He made a machine to kill everything that got within his star range, but from what I understood, he didn't want to kill people. It's just that he didn't think about the consequences.
you're just really giving him the benefit of the doubt, and you're scared of him.
No, like as I'm saying these things, I'm just thinking I probably should kill him. No, like I'm just thinking is like
Look, man, his tower is
what
on a map. People know that that thing's there.
I mean, I understand and like I understand like very powerful mage, whatever. My big problem is when he fixes that fucking cannon.
Yeah, he has a terrible memory because he's still yet to fix it. He's even said he's yet to fix it, and then completely got distracted by you.
You know, to be fair, that's the only good part, David, of only having moved a couple dozen feet. Is if he's going to fix it, I'm going to see him doing so.
Well, what's so like I was saying, you are surrounded by jungle wood if you wanted to try and build something with your scattered supplies, but I don't know, man. Like that would still involve you like just letting the horse like you don't do all the work you've done. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you ideas while thinking like, would you be willing to undo a day's worth of work? You know.
I mean,
I
I
guess part of
would.
my idea involves you building a cage to put it in to move it against its will, but that goes against your established MO of not putting it in a cage.
Yeah, I specifically don't want to do that. My biggest problem currently is independently of what I do, if I don't keep a hand on the bird is going to charge at the wizard. And if the wizard comes out and feels completely threatened, it'll probably try to kill the bird, as it has explained he can do it. And I really don't want him to kill my pet.
Well, you got to find a way to have your pet not bite small animals.
He's not a small animal, though.
Compared to the horse he is.
But that's the thing, I don't understand it.
Why the horse hates him
Okay.
so much?
I mean, that's the thing. As I said, I have theories, but I don't know. Like for all I know, David, he could have been the one that made him, and he just completely forgot. Well then, David, in the fucking dozens of feet that I am away from it, since I can scatter for food and it can't fly yet, I'm gonna train him right here.
Well, that was not one of the things I was expecting, Joe. You're aware how long it takes to train something, right?
Yep,
And that's if it wants to be trained for the most part.
I'm not quite giving it a choice.
I'm just basically saying it's going to take like 2 weeks of what 8 hour lots of attention to try and like teach it a trick.
Oh, you're being generous then.
Yes, I am.
I mean, yes, David, I fully understand. It's just that it's also one of the best short chances I have because it can't fly right now.
All right, let's get to this. You have to sleep, and it'll be there clawing at the wizard's tower for a bit until it falls asleep. You
I
go
know
to
what
the
it is.
you go to the next day trying to like teach it a trick, because it's mostly just largely ignoring you, and the wizard is going to. I mean, maybe not the first day, maybe not even the third day, but well before you teach the freaking thing a trick, the wizard's going to leave his tower for like a tool kit. I'm not really sure how a red metal lunchbox we'll call it because you're I don't know if your character should know what these things look like. And
I mean, I have engineering.
that's true. I just with the earlier check, I assumed you're an engineer. I mean, yeah, go on, give me an engineering check, and I'll tell you what a toolbox contains. if you care. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, he has his toolbox out there as he's going, and he sees that you people are still there. Yeah, you've seen a toolbox before. Screwdrivers and this and odds and ends, and oh look, he's even got that thing that lays wood. He goes, "This is a." he presses a button and the thing drills for him. He goes, "Yeah, I'm lazy," and as he
I
as he's putting away his little clockwork screwdriver, he's really just asking what you're still doing outside. I thought you were leaving.
It's trying to kill you. I'm trying to make it not do that.
He looks with a little more concern now. He goes, "Good, good."
Yeah, so if you could not activate that thing as soon as you fix it, it would be much appreciated.
The wizard's kind of hesitant. He goes, "Can't you at least like get it away from here first, then?" Since
Oh, I have been.
he goes, "Look, it's just if that thing's down long enough, I think the creatures of the forest are gonna figure that out."
I understand. Counterpoint, I do not wish to die.
He looks at you. Neither do I. That's why I gotta fix that.
What creatures live in this forest that you are afraid of?
Just tigers and those gorillas and lions and things.
Is that all?
Well, I mean, some of them are dire.
Hmm. Well, how long do you think you'll need to fix it?
I guess it depends on what you did to it.
George javelin right into the port the hole.
That so maybe that won't take very long at all. And then I guess as he leaves and I you follow him like it's like you gotta make sure that Hippolectria doesn't like moiter him.
Yeah,
So
I I'm sorry, David. I'm just having this like visual of he's like, okay, it turns on. It just points at me, and I'm ready with a javelin, just jam it again. Like, no.
so yeah, do you follow him?
Yeah, I mean, I have to.
He opens up some back access hatch to the thing, and he just kind of starts walking into it with like moving gears and stuff out of the way, and then
I
eventually
I
he'll go,
I see how he does this.
and eventually he'll go, "What the hell?" And
Yeah.
yeah, he'll rattle out like a couple of broken wheels with like ridges on them, squares. We'll call them cogs, and he'll go, "You completely broke them."
Well, I drew the javelin really hard.
He goes, "I was thinking I would just have to like spray some things, maybe replace one, or just the tip might have been jamming it, but I." He like grabs his forehead. He like just looking away from me goes, I have to smith a whole new set of wheels here, and you just hear him like breathe. He goes, I I ordered these.
How long do you think a new set will need to be made?
He He looks at you. You can almost see the his pupils changing color to like red as he stares at you with such ill intent. He goes, "I ordered these 15 years ago."
Does no one else make them?
He goes, even if the guy who made them still exists, do you understand the specifications aren't just lying around? That that it's gonna take forever to get this thing to fit with those things.
I understand. So I will ask another question. Why does your research need to be here then?
What is the research you cut off?
Yeah, why does your research need to be here then? If you hate the place that much.
And in the midst of him making excuses, he's just like, "Well, I mean, as you understand, like you see these cannons, like you can't just test these on just anywhere. Like you've got to be outside, yeah." And as he's making his excuse, you kind of see like you can give me a perception check, and I'll describe this differently.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, so yeah, as he's describing this, and you know your scarecrow gives you like turns to you and looks at you, and you're just like, yeah, me too, buddy. You hear in the distance from the direction of the broken cannon, the way like the area it should have been patrolling. Uh, you hear like things rustling in the bushes, like fairly large things, fairly organized things, considering there's many of them.
Hmm. I look at him. Do you know what this is? I look at the researcher that's been here for years.
He as he's like quietly swearing to himself, he goes, "You're really strong, right?"
I try.
Um, he asks you to turn the cannon towards them, and he'll power it up.
So, do I see the barrel of the cannon?
Yeah, that little hole where the javelin was rammed through. Yeah.
Okay, I will try and do that and hope my
Okay.
mount doesn't fucking destroy him.
Okay, Joe. It is a fucking big sleek dome. How are you turning it?
Big sleek don't. Well, to get it, so I'm probably going to trying to think if I could use like how movable does it look like to the side? Does it look like if I move it to the side, but it would just fall on the ground, or there's something that would
It looks
like
like um what are those called? In its current state, you know how observatories have the big like movable dome
hmm
for it. It looks like
hmm
that kind of dome without the telescope. It's just got a movable like black hole that rotates on a second axis. It's like there is two two half two hemispheres of metal with a third area of metal like that those cover that goes on the y-axis.
yeah. I'm going to try and use my spear as a pulley, and then
What are you pulling it
well,
on?
so basically, I'm trying to use the pulley to move it because I imagine it was closer to the ground. So
Like
I'm
you're
just like
you're trying to like uproot the whole thing.
uproot the cannon part. Yeah, or it doesn't even need to go up. I'm just trying to move it to the side. It just I'm
I
trying to
remind you,
put
this thing was big enough that he opened up a hatch and walked inside of it.
yeah, what I'm let me try. If it's a thing like this, David, like the cannon, I'm trying to put the spear like this and pushing it that way.
Okay,
You
so
understand? Yeah.
this is you. Your plan is to put the sphere like underneath it.
Oh, no, I thought I had access to what's inside.
Oh no, you do. Okay, I understand. So you're going inside of it.
Yeah, like
Uh
like
sorry,
I'm not
I thought you were
trying.
outside of it. Sorry, go on. That's why I was so confused. Try explaining that again. Now that I'm envisioning you walking inside of the thing.
Yeah, as I walk inside of this half sphere, I will try to use my spear to basically push the cannon to the side we want, and then basically try to move the steel planks so the hole is in the same place. Like I'm just trying to line up a shot. It's just that there's various things to this, as you have said.
Yeah.
It has various layers. I probably like for any help, David. I'm I'm probably saying to Scarecrow if he can help, please do. And I just turned it back to a point. Just tell the wizard not to look.
Wait, I had the stupidest idea, Joe. Is you just put the scarecrow inside and close the hatch. It just operates itself as the missing gear pieces.
That that would be amazing.
All right.
But he doesn't know he can do that,
No, I know.
or even if he could do that.
Or even if the scarecrow knows what to do, yeah. What I just said was more of the silly notion that it's just now spinning inside since no one can see it. Um,
Don't give me that, David, because if you do that, you're just giving me that fucking hat from Super Mario Odyssey.
yeah, alright. Give me a knowledge engineering and we'll get this thing moving.
12.
Um, okay,
I'm smart. I
enough like I basic knowledging that like your 11 reminded you of like the hand cranks and everything on catapults. You're just taking this to the logical like conclusion, right, Joe? Where you're just treating it like what it is now, a person operated crank, because that's what it is now, right?
I understand. So basically, trying to use the wheels that are still there.
Yeah. So you take your spear and you start rotating things with your body, and it slowly starts turning. Um,
Hmm.
not
I
to
probably like
not
take
to
a python.
not, I was
Sorry,
saying not to disagree with what you said. You're doing that as well. It's just the combination effort.
I probably using it like a piton and like grabbing it from both sides and use it to move the cogwheels.
And the thing begins. Yeah, with yours as well. It should actually be moving everything actually with the y-axis. So the thing lines up, and before the Atticus there begins to power it with his hands, you can give me a perception as you dangle your eyes out the peak hole.
Okay. Uh, perception, huh? My good
Yeah.
old buck.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. um,
So I don't see shit.
yeah, you just kind of see the light coming from one of the like tube areas of the cannon from him charging it outside, and it firing a blast of energy at the creatures that were gathering in the forest. And this might be a good way to table it into a second session, as after that happens, he'll go, It's. Are you sure you want to try to leave this area with how your chicken is being? I mean, you can see that the creatures out there are quite dangerous. I would hate to see you. He keeps glancing around and he goes, I would hate to see you fall prey to them. And he starts nodding.
I look at this individual which I have met a couple days ago, and understanding more or less is wants.
Yeah.
I yeah, I will say to you, well, I am indeed training it close to your tower.
By the way, the your horse is trying to attack him. It's just he appears to
Mhm.
be in an invisible box.
Hmm, I imagine, and I just how so. What are your plans now that this whole defense system is down? Like, do you think you can fix it? Do you think technology has evolved in 15 years and it maybe would be easier to replicate cogwheels that were destroyed?
He goes, well, see, that's another thing. It's only down in this spot that you broke. So long as you're spending the time with me while I wait for that cogwheel, we should be fine. Because, I mean, two heads are better than one, as they say. And besides, he's kind of shrugging. He goes, it's just a few wheels that need to be fixed. I was over worried thinking about how long it took for all the cogs that had to be created. This is just a few of them, and there's so many good dwarven smiths nearby that I'm sure it would get made in a flash. And he's smiling at you. He's like, "Come to the tower."
You're so full of shit. Uh, I
Meanwhile,
will.
just, could you imagine if he's just like Ice King? I'm so lonely.
I'll say to him for. I'll say to him for 2 weeks that I, while training the Hippolactrion, will stand guard to defend this tower.
You don't
But
know how long it takes to train the Hippolectrion. You're just telling him until you train the Hippolectrion, then?
yeah, to be fair, that's just wishful thinking.
Hmm.
But okay, he'll stay for a couple weeks. I'll stay for a couple weeks. I and while training my Plectron, I will defend your tower until until then. I will stay close, but I do not wish to be experimented upon. After then, I shall take my leave. That's basically what I tell him.
All right. So you begin. Well, I think there's. I'm gonna table it, alright, Joe.
Yeah,
So I will let you get one more perception check. I'm not expecting you to pass this one so much because I'm prepared for your scarecrow to actually be valuable.
and
Yeah,
he's going to
yeah.
be.
Why would you? No. What? Why would you have eyes, Joe? Um, but
Why would I?
yeah, as you just walk off while like holding the Electron and him eyeing it to make sure you don't let go as he goes towards the tower, the scarecrow begins to hop off between you two, and then it just stops. And it tries to turn a bit, as it looks at the creature that's facing it, and it begins to, as the creature like turns away and walks off, the scarecrow like starts shaking and starts trying to hop towards you rapidly, as it will next session try and tell you what it saw in its mouthless, voiceless way.
There's such like there's truly just a messed up way for him to tell me things, David,
Yeah. Do you
which
want
is
to know what it saw now in the way that like the viewer knows, but your character doesn't know?
sure.
Uh, as it like shakes and like starts hopping away, it pans to the creature that was turning away so it could move, and as it breaks into the jungle, as it hears that, it turns to look at it, and you see a gorilla with like scales up its legs and arms, just like standing there, but instead of a head, it has a strange TV apparatus.
Okay, David, this
Yeah,
is the thing. What the fuck?
yeah. You're not that far off when you said he might have made the hip Electrion. You'd also
Yeah,
not be far
no.
off if you said he made a lot of things.
No, to be
What
fair,
is he
David,
afraid of
this
in the
was
forest? Hmm.
yeah, like that is being what I've been implying to him, like I don't trust him.
Yeah, I mean, he's, again, not very social and he lies like a brick, but
Problem is that he lies.
well, he's not about to be like, yeah, I'll use you for evil. Even then, like, is it really evil? Because, I mean, he might not view you as a person now. You were made out of magic, right? Is it
Mm-hmm.
evil? I would say yeah. It's certainly not polite. But I think one way of describing it is that he had. I mean, he's probably a little evil. Let's be real, what he's doing. But like it's still like a combination of the fact like he's got the social talents of a sponge. So
Don't say that about sponges, David.
we've all seen what happened to Hildberg's work. Sponges aren't that social. Um. Anyway,
But yeah, like it's interesting. It's more the thing that I rolled well in one sense motive, and that
yeah.
kind of everything that happened there forever.
It
It's like
certainly
showing
went
me
a very
hell.
different way, but we are still ultimately wrapping back towards the indented thing, kind of. But with the added knowledge of like now for sure his like extra creations are going to attack it, sort of thing. Like there's there's a couple ways you can handle it. Like I mean, for the one part, next session when you like enter combat with these things, like you're gonna notice that they're fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't be like, oh yes, my dungeoneering picks up what this monster is. Your dungeoneering is gonna be like, what? What the fuck? All right, I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like the day the Earth stood still monster is not your average run of the mill Pathfinder creature.
yep.
But
I'm just
oh, sorry, go on.
yeah. I'm just trying to be fair. It's a weird situation because I'm less worried about the monsters. I'm more worried about him.
Well, I think that's kind of what I was saying that the puzzle for your character would come in because it's not like a direct confrontation is what you want with him. He's like, I mean, he's clearly demonstrated that he's got magic up his sleeve, magic that you're not prepared to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I don't have any void dust.
But you do have the idea of, I guess, the element of surprise is what we can say. I don't want to like give you too many answers. You know what I mean?
No, I kind of understand. That's the thing, David, of why I said that he's a wizard. How many hit points can he have?
Yeah,
That
that I would hate your puzzle solution to be is you got a lucky crit in at the beginning of combat. You're just like surprise round, cha cha cha. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's purely that I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle yet.
That's true. I mean, I don't want to say he's evil. I don't want to also say he's not evil because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you definitely get like super evil vibes off this guy despite me going murdery and stuff because I mean, he
Mm,
very well could just be like, I gotta just keep reminding you, 15 years without human contact, man might be a little late, of a loon. Um,
fully understand the concept. That's why my character doesn't quite want to kill him. He's just very cautious around him. Like him thinking of murdering him is purely out of self-preservation because he thinks of him as an unstable individual,
mm,
which he is.
I mean, what greater guise of his work would just be of insanity? You know what I'm saying? Maybe the man's not that crazy. He just wants you to think he is. Though, let's be real, the man's just probably a little crazy. Although, mostly I've just been playing up the idea that he is completely inconsiderate of your feelings. But yeah, we'll get that next time as you consider the depths of fear. I guess is what I'm going to go with as you encounter his I guess I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to like spoil that kind of stuff. I just
Yeah,
mostly
that's
wanted
fair.
you to get the idea of like, yeah, there's monsters he made out there, so you can start thinking over the week how your character might want to do things when it's revealed, and you don't have to go. Let me think of this for 10 minutes. I don't want to
Hmm.
have you be like completely off guard. And I mean, your character's got 14 intelligence, like he's smart. You know,
Yeah, no, that's
you
why like
you've got a
I've been
whole
playing around.
you've got like a whole week, maybe. Actually, that's not how we schedule these sessions. You have a while to think about what your actions can be. Okay,
Yeah,
that's how we word it.
turn tomorrow before the Saturday session. So Joe, I have a little bit of time. Like, oh fuck,
Prepare yourself for Mortal Kombat. Um,
Gorilla TV monster go.
I have a lot of weird creatures, by the way, just so you can look forward to that. As my way of saying, don't like there's a crowd of them. They're all different weird things. Don't think that just combat. If you side with him, for example, don't think that's the easy solution either.
Can't wait to fight the walkie-talkie wolves.
Yeah,
I'm just it, currently I'm just being cautious with the wizard, and I'm literally trying to train the mounts to escape. It's just going to really be David. Like, can I withstand his creations for long enough? And can I like? I'll, I'm trying. I want to say protect myself, but like, since he's not attacking me directly, it's more resist him for the weeks I need to train the mount.
yeah. I guess I'm trying to think of a good way to word it without it coming off as like weirdly like symbolic of like an aggressive boyfriend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm. Let's just say the time between. How is it? A rock and a hard place, or sort of hard place.
Oh no,
With
the
this
the the weird boyfriend aggressive symbology's coming full circle here, Joe.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's say until next time, and we'll actually be right back with some smite. What's this, Pedro? I know jack shit, but I think you should dig a use pit, throw the monsters into the pit, and then throw the wizard. Yeah, I think Joe will take that in consideration, Pedro. Won't you, Joe?
Seeing as the monsters are bigger than any pit I can make, and
That's
seeing
that's
as
quitter talk, boy. All right. Until next time.